So we have 4 minutes gone already.
Yeah, may I suggest that you carry on, or we spend the time discussing the thing ourselves? When you are ready, then join us. You
Okay,
know, we
so
in
thank you.
VICBHE, we have redundancies and all of that.
Thank you very much,
So,
sir. So,
okay.
so we will welcome contributors now. So please, if you want to make some contributions, you can please raise your electronic hand.
Yes. Yeah, our host, if you noticed that in newsletter number 12, the one that was released yesterday, I shared quite a bit about what I consider to be the future of cybersecurity. That is there, yes, to predict accurately, to predict that future accurately, may not happen. May not happen because we are not God, and there's no human being that can forecast anything as 100
Yes,
to be 100% accurate. I did talk about some developments. Just a minute. Okay. I think he's coming in now, and he has just a minute. Let me give him. Yeah. Okay. I know that Professor Adeshe will know that this VICBHE, we are not just child's play, that people waiting for you, this thing is bad, and they will wait and wait. No. We have redundancies. We have several people who can contribute, who can even present this topic. So I was saying that there are developments in technology that will make that forecast a little bit challenging. Professor Adeshe was talking about Internet of Things that is having all manner of things, your refrigerator, your car, your fan, all connected to the internet. Every entity that's connected to the to the internet is a gateway, potential gateway for these bad people to come in. I talked in that release of yesterday evening about 5G. They was talking about 5G just now. By 2030, we're going to have 6G, which will come with diesel speed, and it's going to bring about quite a lot of upheavals, positive and negative. Negative will be that the bad people will now use it as a basis to escalate their bad intentions in terms of cyber insecurity. So the long and short for me is that as the threats emerge, we should also develop strategies for tackling the yeah. So Pastor Alishese is back. So back to you, our host.
Yes, sir.
thank you very much, sir. So we continue to listen
sorry,
to
can I continue, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
But you spent some time before now.
Yes,
so
you have
yes,
just
maybe
you have just 14 more minutes.
Yes, sir. Cyber criminals now exploit cloud platform, the issue of AI, they have added to the threat landscape. And future cybersecurity will now focus on the issue of threat intelligence, analytic, and real-life complex problem. Why does the future of cybersecurity, why does it matter? One of the reasons is that technology is rapidly evolving. New opportunities is also equal to new vulnerabilities. The more the opportunities, the more the vulnerabilities. And our dependence on digital system is growing. As of today, the cost of cybercrime world all over is about $8.8 trillion. But it's projected by 2027 is going to be about $23.84 trillion. That is huge. And we have the future trend challenges, the AI-driven driven system, the deepfakes, the biases, the compliance issue, the data privacy issue. They are going to take huge toll on the issue of cybersecurity and go on. And more data will move to the cloud because everybody is moving to the cloud. And that brings new challenges because the more we have more data moving to the cloud, we have the increased risk of data breaches. And cloud people will also have more data beyond individual control when they move to the cloud because data is now the new global currency. Then the collection and monetization will grow. Consumer data drives decision. Companies will seek new ways to collect profits from data. Cyber criminals will be more motivated than ever, which is already happening. And how do this? You must make sure that you share your data selectively, monitor your accounts and credit cards, and use unique password because it's going to go on like that. Then cloud alternatives on the horizon. Blockchain, the issue of peer-to-peer, peer-to-peer systems may be more of a security challenge. Privacy-centric models will gain attraction. Positive development in the area of cybersecurity will also come along the line. And the biometrics and beyond, and the issue of face ID, fingerprint scanner, voice recognition, hardware-based authentication system, password will persist, but fade in dominance because convenience and security will now will be coexisting. And like I mentioned, the issue of IoT, smart devices, proliferation will be more. We have the issue of smart TVs now, plugs, bulbs, fridges, and all the rest. And each device also is a potential entry point for hackers. Home network security will be very, very critical. Quantum computing disrupt encryption today because, by the grace of God, I've been in cryptography since 1998, and I know we have studied a lot of encryption cryptographic algorithms. But the coming of quantum computer, which has the ability to factor large numbers, which is the strength of the current encryption standard, will be a very big challenge. So the coming of quantum computer is will become a very strong challenge to the current encryption system that we have today. And when quantum computing comes, it will depend on we need to develop quantum cryptographic algorithms because the computers pose serious challenges to the current encryption algorithms. Government and organizations must prepare by transition to quantum safe computing because cryptography is very, very important when it comes to cybersecurity. And that's even in the United States of America. Cryptography in the United States of America law, cryptography is regarded as an ammunition, just like gun or all other like all other types of ammunition. So it's very important we take special interest in that. The issue of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity as well will become more dominant because now we have artificial intelligence for prediction. We are now moving to what we call generative AI, which is talking about creating content. AI for threat detection and defense will be a game. AI will be used by hackers to breach the system. And what we are now going to have, the future is going to be both versus both. And that makes it very serious. The issue of zero trust architecture is also very important. We need to begin to build system with zero trust because as a cybersecurity 100-level student, one of the things we tell them is that trust is an enemy of security. So we need to begin to build zero trust algorithm that everything, both systems and humans, will be authenticated before they are able to move in. And the regulatory evolution and compliance also because cybersecurity is all-encompassing, as it has the technology, it has the management aspect, it has the legal aspect, it has the policy aspect. The issue of evolution and compliance will be very important as well. Cybersecurity regulation will increase. Laws such as GDPR, years ago, we never had NDPR. If you mess up with anybody's data in Nigeria today, now you're going for it. The issue of NDPR, laws, different laws, cybercrime, and all those things will become dominant. And the future will see more harmonized international recognition, automated compliance system, and real-life system. Then another thing that will come into play is just like we have insurance companies today, you insure everything. Cyber insurance will become one of the major dominant things in cybersecurity as we move on. And the AI, just like we have said, AI, emerging tech, we have quantum machine learning that will crack encryption but enable quantum safe shield. AI deception, fake networks to trap hackers, collaborative AI also, shared intelligence across the industry. All these things will become things of the future that we are looking at in the very near future. Then we have state-sponsored attacks. That is, the state actors will become more dominant, and we can see it as it's happening probably in the Middle East today. Governments use cyber attack for espionage. They use it for destruction against one another, because cybersecurity has become one of the tools in fighting wars in the world. And critical infrastructure is increasingly targeted because most critical infrastructures now are leveraged on IT. Cyber attacks may soon be declared as act of war world all over. Then we have cybersecurity. We need to take cybersecurity proactive habit. You must stay informed. You must use strong and unique password. You must enable multi-factor authentication system. You must monitor personal account and credit. Everyone, you and I, either young or old, we hold a very serious, we need a serious role in cybersecurity. And that's why I've even suggested to Nigeria that two things should be introduced as GST across Nigeria tertiary education system: ethics of AI and cybersecurity awareness. It should be like GST courses across all over Nigeria tertiary institutions, so that people will be kept aware of what is going to happen. And you have cyber warfare and geopolitical tensions, because now nation state will become more prominent. Critical infrastructure, power grid, hospitals, water supply will become frequent targets, because all of them now are leveraged on IT. Cybersecurity in the future will involve cyber diplomacy. There is a course now called cyber diplomacy, which has to do with cybersecurity and how to be diplomatic in the issue of cyber-related wars. Global cooperation is crucial to combat terrorism, protect democratic, because cybercrime is a transnational type of crime. So it involves many nations. It's a crime you can sit down in Nigeria and be committing against America or against Japan or against Singapore. So there's need for global cooperation for cyber on cybersecurity. What are the key takeaways? Cloud usage will soar. Cyber hygiene is critical. Biometrics will grow, but password will linger. Smart homes increase vulnerability. Quantum computer demands quantum safe execution. AI will both defend and attack. And cyber warfare is the new threat frontier. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Wonderful. Oh yes, we can hear our host. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. So I want to thank Professor Aleshe, for sparing us some time. You have also spared us some time, which will be used for the question and answer session. So I want to once again thank our audience, the participants, who have actually raised their hands to ask questions and make contributions. But I want to please, sir, Facilitator General, sir. So yes, I want to say that some people actually raised their hand when Professor Aleshe was off the internet. So, and there are 5 of them, 5 participants. Professor Anthony Nlewadim, Professor Jonathan Shetimi.
They have to raise their hands again, because I cannot be looking around for them.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. So, yes, in fact, I can see Professor Shetimi, Professor Wokoye, Professor Olufemi Ogunride. So the only hand I cannot see there is that of Professor Chen Nanzewi, who initially raised her hand. So thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go?
No, not yet, ma'am. So it has to be sorted out. So, and as the rule, we all know the rule. So you mention your name and your institution before you make your contribution.
So who are you calling first, sir?
We take it in batches of 5, sir.
Okay,
so
5, yes. I've actually asked you to omit.
So maybe we start with Professor Jonathan Shetimi.
Yes, President.
Thank you very much, sir, and for this opportunity. I'm Professor Jonathan Shetimi from Delta State University, Abraka, and special thanks to Facilitator General. This cannot have come at a better time, because we're actually facing cyber threat. I'm particularly enthused by the Prof's use of the word bot versus bot. Robots will be fighting robots, and that's the scenario that we think we're going to face in the future. Because while we're using AI for defenses, AI is also being used for cyber attack. So because of this dual use and advancement in AI, it's both a call for action and a question. How can we, as a global security community, ensure that our defensive AI capabilities evolve faster and more effectively than the adversarial use of AI developed by malicious actors, especially particularly in the area of real-time? Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, because we have 1 minute for each contributor so that we can have quite a number. Thank you very much, sir. So Professor Nkechi Nwokoye.
Yeah, thank you so much, the host. I'm Professor Nkechi Nwokoye from VICBHE University. I want to thank Professor Lecture for this wonderful topic this morning or this afternoon concerning the future of cybersecurity, especially when he made mention of AI and cybersecurity to be introduced as courses at GST. It is very, very important. I had an experience right in the classroom this morning. That assignment I gave to the student, they produced the answers using AI. And when I tried to let them know that I used AI.
Sorry, we have 1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute.
Oh, is it finished? Okay. So what I'm saying is that it should be introduced into our GST so that our students will learn not to use AI in solving problems, or especially in the area of answering questions or doing assignments in higher institutions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So we take Professor Olajide Ajoke, then Professor Uchenna Nzewi, and then Professor Olufemi Ogunride in that order.
Thank you, sir. I'm Olajide Adejoke Deborah from the Lagos State University. I just want to ask, sir, how best can we protect ourselves from the data we are prompting into the system, unlike the practicals we have every time, suggesting solution? How can we protect ourselves from such attacking us?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Professor Uchenna Nzewi.
Thank you very much. Uchenna Nzewi is my name, from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. I was getting frightened after reading the newsletter, and now this lecture has come, increasing my fear. Should we now go back to the dark ages or what? Because I don't know how we are going to do it. Just like my sister who talked last talked, what exactly are we going to do to be safe? Thank you.
Thank you, ma. We will get the answer from our guest lecturer and also from the facilitator general. Thank you, ma. So, Professor Olufemi Ogunride.
Thank you very much. Olufemi Ogunride is my name, from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. It's what I learned to our facilitator general, please. Yes. Whatever we do, we do. You say that it's not, you don't believe in it, but we have been told that cyber attack will come. It's not when if, but it will come. So I don't see why you do not believe in Quest. Then just a piece of I know from tomorrow, Microsoft will be moving away gradually from password or password. So I don't know why we see that passwords will linger. I'm sure that sooner than later we have to deal with passwords. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So we take Professor Omolara Ojezele, Professor Ede Yudim Etuk, Professor Shaibu Bello, Professor Agu Edward, and then Professor Samuel Adebisi in that order. Please mention your name and your institution before you make your contribution. But let me just add here that Professor Omolara Ojezele is the chair of this session. So, I mean, she's the co-chair and then promoted to the chair for this session. So if you want to say anything, you can as well just say it now.
Thank you very much, sir. And I am so grateful for the privilege given to me. I want to also say thank you to the emeritus professor. Thank you so much, sir, for the good work you are doing. Actually, I was trying to unmute and this was saying host is not permitting me. to unmute. I tried several times and I was not permitted to unmute. That was why I couldn't come up.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them. They are wicked hosts.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So I have a question. Thank you, Professor Aleshe, for that wonderful and brilliant presentation. I just have a question that, and I'm directing this to the Facilitator General. I'm making a plea that, sir, is it possible for you to help us because of your status and the way that this good work that you are doing, that's maybe
the network.
The curriculum, yes, the network. Thank you very much, sir. In a way that the schools, I ensure can make it maybe mandatory for cybersecurity to be part of the curriculum of the students of the different schools, colleges, and universities. I don't know if that can be possible because it's going to help us in it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so Professor Edehudim Etuk.
Thank you very much, the host, and thank you, Facilitator General, for this opportunity.
You,
I read your newsletter.
Your
this
name,
morning.
your institution, sir. Your name and your
yes,
institution.
I mentioned Professor Edehudim Etuk, Federal University of Technology, Owerri.
Okay.
good.
I read the Futo. I read the newsletter 12 this morning, and I saw zero trust architecture. And let me appreciate Professor Boniface. He also mentioned that this afternoon. But I got a bit curious. The zero trust involved micro-segmentation, user context, but I got to a point where it said session monitoring. And I became curious, how do we reconcile this with personal privacy, when you have a situation, well, unless I don't understand what session monitoring means. So I would like to know that. I also think that in the issue of having most people understand things about cybersecurity, the project we've undertaken, which is the cybersecurity policy, and probably the one we did on AI in module 8, that should be cascaded. Could be cascaded down to the universities. We can start from that point. Once it becomes a policy of the university, students would know, the lecturers would know, researchers will know, librarians will know. Then eventually it now becomes a curriculum which students will be taught.
You have spent 5 minutes instead of 1 minute.
You, sir. Thank you, sir. So we move on to Professor Shaibu Bello.
Yeah, I'm Professor Shaibu Bello from Usman Danfodio University. Given the way we interact with internet now, we are essentially cyborgs. We need internet to increase our functionality. I think a time will come where knowing cybersecurity and being aware of it is going to be like knowing how to read and write. Otherwise, you can't function at all. A time will come where there will be nobody that has not been hacked. Now there's nobody that has not had interaction with cyber criminals one way or the other. So we will need it like knowing how to read and write. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we move on to Dr. Agu Edward.
Yeah, good afternoon, the facilitator and the co-trader. This is Dr. Agu Edward from Federal University, Wokari, Taraba State. I first of all want to commend the lecture delivered by my boss from my alma mater, Boniface Aleshe for Federal University Technology. That's been a good mentor to us. I quickly just want to look at what he gave us this afternoon on quantum computing versus cryptographic algorithms, because before now, we have been on cryptographic algorithms to secure most of our data and a lot. And
sorry, can you go to your question, sir? To your question, because we just have 1 minute for each person.
All right, just straight to the question. He made mention of quantum computing taking over cryptographic algorithm, but I know even in the future, cryptographic algorithm will still play its own role. I want us a bit to reconcile that. Then secondly, he did not mention of the future of deepfake. We actually have a lot of challenges in deepfake, of which I've done a lot of research on that. And it is possible future panacea if we can actually stress on that. Then I'm adding my voice.
Thank you very much.
To what
Thank you very much.
About awareness, cybersecurity awareness being part of GST. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we move on to Professor Samuel Adebisi.
Thank you, sir. My point is concerning the zero trust. I understand it to be as if no one should be trusted.
Exactly.
From from the operator to the user to the system.
Everybody.
And this is more like it's quite dreadful, sir. So to me, it's just as if making a thief as a security man. And again, so how do we weather this storm, please? How do we weather this storm? It's making more dreadful to go on the internet, you see. How do we weather this storm, sir? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So at
maybe
this
we'll
point,
take some
we
responses
take another
for
5,
now,
but
sir.
maybe we
responses now.
Responses
Professor
now.
Alicia, are you there? Or maybe I just take from Professor Adebisi. You see, zero trust, the architecture, is that yes, we are elements within the network, but I don't trust you. You don't trust me. And there's no confusion there, because for me, I have to get myself validated and revalidated by the mechanism there before I can gain access or use the network. If that doesn't happen, then, oh yeah, you trust me, but I can come behind and hack the system or damage the system. So there's no confusion. In fact, it strengthens the configuration, the architecture. Zero trust, as you said, you don't trust me, I don't trust you, nobody in the network, no human element is trusted until you authenticate yourself that you are the person who is. That's why we ask everybody who wants to be part of our Zoom meeting, let us see you. So I will know that, oh, this is Professor, you talk about the former this. But if you see, okay, if I do like this, how do you know? If I do like this, how do you know it's me that is talking at the back end? And we also talk about deepfake. If you participated, I'm sure you did, in Module 8. I carried out a number of activities related to deepfake. So the role of AI in that is that, look, you know, it takes a little while. By the time you get this deepfake thing to render, takes a little while, a little longer now. But when you use artificial intelligence, within a few seconds, it will happen. And the same thing with quantum computing. The speed at which quantum computing processes data is unimaginable. So when you talk about cryptography, the quantum computer, the processor, it's not that it's going to forget about cryptography. I don't know whether Professor Alicia said that, but I don't think he will say that. It only makes the cryptography more to progress faster and to achieve the desired end. Professor from ABU, whatever will be. That's thing that I explained it. I explained it that, oh yes, whatever will be, that I don't believe in that. But I know that the future is not for us to see. I agree with that. But of course, these are philosophical positions. You are entitled to your opinion, as I am entitled to my opinion. And I've said it in the newsletter that over the years, I'm 70 plus now. So I know that over the years, when you say whatever will be, if somebody tells me there's going to be this, and I pray to God, it's averted. I explained it there. But if in your own case that doesn't happen, you're entitled to your opinion. So I've talked about faster use of AI. Professor Chetimi, you talked about faster use of AI than those of malicious actors. Oh, yes. So and I'm tying that response, I close and hand it over to Professor Alicia, is that Professor Uzewi and some other, I think from UNIZIC, said, okay, now, so what are we going to do? That everything is getting frightened. And I said it before when Professor Alicia had some challenge. I said it. We have to be Boy Scouts or Girls Guide. We should be prepared. The scenario is emerging. The scenario that is emerging is unpredictable. So what Professor Zewi must be doing by the day is getting prepared, respond as the other side is responding. just like your AI tool, AI entity. You know, in the practicals, you use a Copilot, which you said you love so much. Also, Jenna, you say you love Copilot so much. Then you have DeepSeek. You have almost like 10 of them. So the difference is that some are up to date in the data, their knowledge base. What's AI? Just knowledge base and the algorithm that you're using. So what we must do, you don't need to be afraid. You just keep current. Let's take a physical world where you have some thieves, they send some notice to your estate, or they are coming and all of that, and then you get prepared. So these are some responses I'd like to give now. Professor Adeshe, if you're in the room, can you? Okay, I can't find him again. Professor Adeshe,
okay, sir.
So let's take some more questions.
Okay, so we take another set of 5.
We are stopping in 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Because this lecture, so this final lecture is for 45 minutes. Yes.
Yes, sir. So we just take another set of 5 questions now, quickly. Dr. Okay, Professor Isaac Odeshola, Professor Chioma Mbachu, Dr. Abiodun Adeshina, and Professor Adekunle Adetunji. And that may probably be the last set that we will take.
Sure.
So, Dr.
Okay, Dr. K here. This is Dr. K Udo from Emmanuel University, Raleigh, North Carolina. My question is this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, problem. Okay, mine is always Oyibo witch. Oyibo witch is always a quagmire. So what I'm saying is this. There are instances where they put chips in human bodies. So is it not possible that some people's life in future will be controlled by someone in his house? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So we move on to Professor Abiodun Adeshina.
No, I thought you called Chioma Mbachu.
Okay, Professor Chioma Mbachu. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Professor Chioma Mbachu.
Thank you so much, sir. My name is Dr. Chioma Mbachu from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I want to sincerely appreciate our Facilitator General and the VICBHE team for this opportunity to learn. I mean, I was naive before this training, so thank you so much for the amazing lectures and training.
Thank you.
So, Facilitator General, sir, I have a question. Yes, I have a couple of questions. I'm just curious. In the future, is it possible to find out who is at the back end of the AI? That's one. And then secondly, this password thing, I got a message from Google today that someone got wind of my password and tried to enter, but I had 2-factor authentication. So I want to know, how do we get to remember our passwords? Because I changed it to something using what you taught us. I changed it to something I'm sure nobody will ever figure out. But how do I get to remember all these passwords? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We go on to Dr. Abiodun Adeshina. Then we go on to, we can't hear you. You are muted. So we go on to Dr. Professor Adekunle Adetunji, please.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to appreciate VICBHE for this opportunity. Looking at the complexity of the future of cybersecurity, talking about the upcoming of quantum computer and 6G network, I want to ask, what is the hope of a common man? When I say a common man, I'm talking about somebody that is selling in the market, people that do not have much understanding of technology. They don't have access to all these things we are learning. I'm really afraid, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So, Dr. Abiodun Adeshina, are you ready now?
Yes, I'm very much ready. I want to.
Your video is not on.
My video is on.
We go on to Professor Salah Umeri.
Thank you, sir. I am Mary Salawu, Dr. Mary Salawu from Obafemi Awolowo University. I equally want to appreciate our Facilitator General for deeming it fit to take us through this, of course, rigorous process, but we are not the same. I am personally not the same. Sir, I'm an accountant, and I would like to also be connected with an expert so that I can put this knowledge to practice to help clients there in the industry. That's one. The second thing is that I'm thinking, because during COVID-19, you know, the world power.
Sorry, ma, we are short of,
Nigeria,
we are getting very short of time, ma. Very short of time.
All right. Okay, so I want to request for a kind of strategic training for, the graduates, so that
yes, that point you have made that point, ma. You have made that point very clear that you want to be linked with somebody in the accounting profession. So I can't see Professor Adetunji again here. So I think I want to request that we can't take more questions now. So, yes. But before the answers, I want to request that we take two people, you know, who will talk about what they have gained from this in 1 minute. Just something, you know, straight to the Facilitator General to let us know your feelings about these lectures. 1 minute each, or 30 seconds. So, hello, yes, maybe we take Professor Isaac Odeshola. Okay. So if you want to say something, 30 seconds.
Well, sir, I actually raised my hand and I was acknowledged to speak initially. My question is this. I am Isaac Odeshola from University of U. And
sorry, sir, we are not taking questions now. We want just a summary of what you have learned from this, and then in 30 seconds.
All right. Well, a summary is
just the lectures, just the lectures.
Just the lectures.
No, not discussion forum, no practicals, nothing. No. Just this one.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I personally have looked quite a lot on the course of lecture, because it has shown us what the future is likely to be concerning security. Even though there's amazing things that is to come, but at the same time too, the threat also has increased, and it has called for more caution and also more cybersecurity. So I think it is very, very
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So I don't think we can take another one. We have just 2 minutes, and in VICBHE, we close at the right time. So I want to hand over to our Facilitator General.
Thank you so very much, sir. Our wonderful host and VC Emeritus, Dr. Oke from Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, we are moving some decent at some decent pace. You talked about chips in the human body and all of that. Yes, that is happening, and a lot will happen in the next 10 years. Whoever knew that we're going to have AI creep into the higher education system? Even for you, our participants, if you read through the newsletter number 12, the one that came out yesterday, that quite a number of those that are submitted, out of the 85 that are submitted their project reports, I just found that a large number use AI, and you can easily know when AI is generated something. You find all these bullet points and all manner of, if you ask Microsoft Word to show you the hidden items, you will easily know that this is. So whoever knew 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that this is going to happen. So Dr. Oke of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, the future, as I said it, the future, you cannot 100% predict it. So there'll be changes, and all we need to do is to be ready to respond to such changes. Dr. Choma, who is at the back end of AI, is a pity he didn't attend module 8. The answer would have been given, but I want to direct you to the president of the National Association of AI practitioners, who is in the room here, Professor Eyitope Ogunbodede. He is the man behind the whole thing. You're asking for what did they make noise? Was that gramophone? So I'm going to share with you videos of some video lessons from our module 8, I'll be able to say. But if I have time to just explain it, very simple. There's no magic at all in AI. And I mentioned to a group in Japan about 6 weeks ago, we have assembled some professors of AI, and we're developing ours in Africa internally. What is the whole thing? It's just to have a knowledge base that your algorithm will be using to answer your question. So you prompt it, who is national president of this thing? If you use ChatGPT, it will say, make you wait. It will go to the internet, just scan the thing, and give you the answer. So there's no there's no magic there at all. And where the Africans were also developing ours. The Chinese, 2 million or less than 5 million US dollars used to develop DeepSeek. That one, DeepSeek. The ones from OpenAI and the rest of them, billions of dollars. And it took them quite a while to set up the large language model. So there's no magic in it, Madam Chioma, Dr. Chioma, who is at the back end of AI, and get to remember your password. If you recall one of the lessons, you said there are password managers that are secure enough to hold your password. So if you wish to refer to that video lesson, or just Google password managers. Dr. Adekunle Adetunji, hope of the common man. You see, that is what the question that was asked when GSM came to Nigeria. When I got my first GSM, when I was ESNUC, 2001, and people were saying, all these market women, all of this, how would they manage it? Now they have. It's all a question of adjusting to the environment. There's a phenomenon known as homeostasis. Homeostasis means you find yourself in a situation that you are destabilized initially, but in no time, that's nature, human nature. You then adjust until you equilibrate with that system, homeostasis. So, hope of the common man, like me, or like a common woman, very easy. As a consequence of the challenge that they will face, they will then adjust to the emerging technologies. Madam Mary Sadao from OAU Accounting Strategy. Okay, we're going to connect you to a group that can support you for free. Professor Deshola, thank you for the initial feedback, which wasn't too clear. So back to you, sir. Well,
thank you very much. I think we are through, sir. Maybe I want to invite Professor Moniolu Alani, the Deputy Facilitator General, to close the session, sir.
Yes, let me see whether I can make her. Yes, let me make her co-host. Yeah. Yeah, I have a few announcements. Maybe I give the announcements now.
Yes,
Do
sir.
I give the announcements now?
No, sir. You close. No, sir. After her, sir. Just a word from her.
No,
and then
I
you
never
can
civilized
close
to be closing this.
No, sir.
My bosses.
It will come after her, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
Professor Moniolu Alani, are you there, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Emeritus VC, sir. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it was an exciting time and a very scary one. When I read the Facilitator General's newsletter, I was scared. But we should not be scared. We should be informed. And this should prepare our hearts for what is coming. On this note, we want to sincerely thank the Facilitator General for initiating this training and for ensuring that we had the best. And particularly, I can say that it gets better every time. This surely is the best. On behalf of all the participants and being the last live lecture, I want to thank you so much, sir. And thank also the management of VICBHE for all their commitments and their efforts. And also to the participants, thank you for being part of this training. Thank you for being dutiful students. and for learning well. The host, sir, I hand over to you.
Thank you very much, Ma. The only thing is to also add the co-chairman. So the co-chair for this session, who also has been with us. So thank you. Over to you, sir, our facilitator general.
Oh, thank you
and
also very much.
In thanking you, sir. Very for what we
all
have
learned
learned from you.
We all learned together, and I want to give thanks to God on behalf of all of us for the way the course has gone. I'd like to thank all the participants. You've been exceedingly wonderful, very well motivated. And the announcement I want to give is that everybody, let me see how many are here. Many are 664 in the room. There are several others. Yeah, there are several others because we have live transmission or YouTube. That all the 664 that in this room, you all going to come out with Distinction Plus. Distinction Plus is 90%. That's the announcement. Distinction Plus is 90%. And then we are going to ensure that you go away with a driverless car, AI-driven driverless car. Professor Mama, go put your car, put that for one side, and you're going to get a driverless car. When it's moving along Abuja Road, FRSC will say, where is the driver of this car? So thank you all very much. It's the last of the live lectures, as we all know, and my prayer is that God will keep us all in the whole of His hands, and after graduating July 15, that you're also going to be part of all the trainings that will be conducted. Thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon. On this note, we declare this last lecture.